ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਸਾਂਝਾ ਟੀਵੀ। ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਰਸ਼ਦੀਪ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੇ ਸੁਖੀ।
Arshdeep, thank you for having me here today. ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਹਾਰਟ ਬ੍ਰੇਕਿੰਗ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਐਟ ਦੀ ਐਂਡ ਆਫ ਦਿਸ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਜ਼ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿਊਅਰਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਕੁਝ ਹਮਦਰਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਦਿਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੀਏ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਾਮ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਰਫ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੌਣ ਜਾਣਦਾ, ਸਾਡੀ ਜਾਤ ਨਾਲ, ਧਰਮ ਨਾਲ, ਰੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਕੌਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਚ ਕਰਦਾ, ਪਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਨਸਾਨੀਅਤ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ। ਇਨਸਾਨ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਆ ਮਦਦ ਦੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਅਸਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਸੋ ਇੱਕ ਗੋ ਫੰਡ ਮੀ ਪੇਜ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕੈਂਸਰ ਦਾ ਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਟ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੀ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੈਸਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਕੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਮੂਲ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਜੋੜਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਹੋਮਲੈਸ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਰਟ ਬ੍ਰੇਕਿੰਗ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ।
ਜੀ ਅਰਸ਼, ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਲਿੰਗਲੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ। ਇੱਕ ਆਪਾਂ RV ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ, ਨਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਘਰ ਆ। ਵਿਲੀਅਮਸ ਲੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਘਰ ਪੱਟ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜੰਗਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਘਰ-ਬਾਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਆ। ਕੈਂਸਰ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਭੈੜਾ ਆ, ਲੂਕੀਮੀਆ ਦੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ BC ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ, ਉੱਥੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੈਰੀ ਗਿਵਿੰਗ ਆ, ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹਰੇਕ ਥਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਦਾ ਦੇਣ ਦੇ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਅਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇ ਰੀਚਡ ਆਊਟ ਟੂ ਆਵਰ ਟੀਮ ਟੂਡੇ। ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰੀਏ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ, ਆਓ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। As we told you, as me and Sukhi were talking about a couple, a family who needs your help. John's wife, Judy, is with us. Judy, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Thank you for giving us time to cover your story. So we know John have cancer. When you discovered that he has cancer?
June 12th of this year, he was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia.
Tell our viewers that what happened and why you have to move from William Lakes.
Well, we had to come up here from Williams Lake because all the cancer treatment is focused here in Vancouver. So we had to be up here so that he can receive treatment. Hopefully he will be cured with a bone marrow transplant.
So doctor started his treatment or not yet?
Well, they've started his treatment. He's had one round of chemo in the hospital. Now he's into what they call conditioning, which is preparing him and keeping him in remission so that when the stem cells become available, they can be put into his body and hopefully he will make good blood cells rather than the bad leukemic ones.
And what's your financial condition? Because we are seeing you have a GoFundMe page, and why you think you should need community's help?
At this point in time, like both of us had to leave our jobs to come here because we live in Williams Lake. We need help with hopefully with gas because gas has gone up astronomically. Half years ago, one bedroom suite was $900. It's now between $1,800 and $2,500 depending on where you are. And we're not rich by any means, as you can tell by the motorhome. It's not new. It's old, but it's a roof over our head for right now. And we can afford to stay here.
When you came from William Lakes, why you decided to live in RV, and who drove the RV? Because he was in the hospital, and how hard it was for you?
Well, it was my son-in-law. Well, our son-in-law drove the RV down for us. I located this location that this lady is kind enough to let us stay here on this property for $1,000 a month, which covers our electricity and our water, which is okay now because it's summertime. But we're told it's going to be till January before we go home. Come November, December, it's going to get pretty chilly here. And where are we going to stay? We're still trying to figure that one out.
It's too hot too.
Well, it is right now, yeah, because we can't use the air conditioning because it's not proper amperage here.
And now still you are in Langley and you have to go back and forth to Vancouver General Hospital.
every day almost. Today is a day off. And it's the first day we've had off since the 12th of June. Well, that I've had off. He's been in the hospital for a 3-week period of that. But during that 3-week period, I was the one scrambling to find somewhere, figuring out what we were going to do, trying to get to the hospital to visit him, plus get back to where I was staying and find somewhere for us to stay. And this was the quickest, fastest, and easiest solution of them all.
What kind of help you're looking from the community?
Just a small amount, actually. Over the next couple of months, $15,000 should probably cover rent and food and help us to maintain some of the other bills that we have that are continuing to come in. Loan payments they still want. Your phone bill you still have to pay, even though you're not where you normally are getting the same amount of money that you normally have coming in.
Let's talk to John now. And thank you to talking to us.
Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you, John, so much for inviting our team out here so we can hear your story and for sharing it with us. John, you just got diagnosed with leukemia literally about a month ago. So tell me, when you first found out, what was your initial reaction?
Well, it's pretty devastating, obviously. I mean, I am a diabetic, and I thought they were going to tell me that I was going to the next stage of diabetes. But yeah, leukemia is really shook me on my butt there. And then they flew me down here right away in Vancouver General and spent a month in there.
So you're originally from Williams Lake. You're from up
No,
north.
actually, I'm originally from Toronto.
Originally from Toronto.
I just moved west.
Right, okay, so you just moved west.
Yeah.
And how long has it been since you were living in Williams Lake?
Just 2 months ago.
Just 2 months.
Yeah.
So literally just a brand new move there, and then all of a sudden you were airlifted to VGH Hospital after this, after you got diagnosed. John, you were working when you were in Williams Lake.
Yeah, I worked for the Salvation Army.
Okay, and so you had to leave work. Now you're literally driving every day from Langley to VGH Hospital. Is it for chemotherapy? Is that what you're getting?
It varies, different things, mostly chemotherapy every second day, and blood work every second day, and ECGs and heart stuff, and they're doing the whole 9 yards. It's like crazy.
Yeah. So you started a GoFundMe page with, and what I think is a minimal amount that you're asking for help, so about $15,000. What is that $15,000 going to help you with?
Well, hopefully it's going to help with gas. That was just a big item, driving back and forth every day, and then it's like 7 days a week, pretty well. And if we can, later on, maybe in the wintertime, I might have to park this RV and rent a place, because I don't know what it's going to be like in the winter here.
So right now you and your wife are living out of an RV. Why is it that you didn't get housing close to Vancouver, or why aren't you renting anywhere else? Why an RV?
Well, the RV is the cheapest option we had right now, and I couldn't afford the $3,000 or $2,000 a month for rent.
And how much are you paying right now to park this RV in Langley?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
And on top of it, you have gas expense where you have to,
Yeah, I have gas expenses, and I also have loans for cars and stuff too, and other bills. Everybody has their own bills, but.
Yes. Now, are you receiving any financial assistance from the government or the ministry at all?
I get the CPP and OAS, right? And I also have a small EI. That's about it.
Right. And your wife also had to give up her work to be here to care for you.
Yeah, she is a caregiver, so because I need somebody to drive me back and forth,
Right.
because I can't drive.
Right.
When I'm taking chemo, because you never know what's going to happen, right? You might pass out. Like yesterday morning, I almost passed right out, and I was pretty sick.
Right. What's the most scariest thought you have right now, John?
That there's no cure. Hopefully the stem cell is going to cure me, and my doctor says it's the best option.
Right. So you're a good candidate, and if you're to get a stem cell transplant, that'll obviously improve quality and quantity of your life. When are you hoping for a recovery, if all goes well?
Well, by January, I should be hopefully be able to go back to Williams Lake.
Right. And then how long will the recovery be after that? Do you think you'll be able to work after you go back?
I won't be able to work until October 23, the doctor said.
October 2023. So you have
Yeah.
almost 18 months before
Yeah.
you can actually work and have a sufficient income to be able to pay for bills or for rent or any anything
Yeah,
of that sort.
basically, yeah.
Yeah. And how's your wife been through this whole thing?
Oh, she's been a rock.
Yeah.
She supports me 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you know about our Punjabi community, the Sikh community?
Not a lot, but I mean, I know a lot of Punjabi people, you know, especially in Surrey when I was working with Bal. And we went to some of the festivals they had, you know. But yeah, and my son actually, he used to go to the temples all the time and eat.
Yeah. And you know, and we open our doors to everyone, and we are a very giving community, and that's why we're here today, because we want to reach out to our viewers today and ask them to help you, because you know, we don't look at race or color or you know,
Yes.
who you
Yes.
are. We just know that you're someone who's reaching out, and it's not easy to ask for help, is it, John?
No, this is the first time I've ever really asked for help, and I really appreciate, you know, Bal reaching out to me.
Yeah. And what message do you have for our community or any community right now that goes to your GoFundMe page? You know, what message do you want to give them today?
I am really grateful for all the help, and there are some really generous people out there to help other people, you know. And if I was ever in a situation where I could help people, and not in my shoes, but in just any kind of, I usually do try to help people. You know, I do almost anything for somebody that's, you know, as long as you treat me right, I'll treat anybody else right too. That's, you know.
Giving is a really important part of humanity, and you know, when
It
you're
is.
able to give, you feel great, and when you receive, you feel grateful.
That's right.
Can you tell me a little bit more about any financial assistance? Like you said, do you think the government has aided you in any way? Do you think you've been heard? Do they see the suffering and pain and loss that you're enduring right now during your battles?
I don't think so. I mean, there was a BC cancer thing was $300, but I haven't.
day?
No, just one time, $300.
Oh, okay, one time.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
like, but I haven't gotten that yet. I don't know. They say it takes a while, but
Right.
other than that, the government is, you know, just gives you what you're entitled to.
Which is your CPP that you're getting.
Yep, CPP, OAS, and
So nothing's really
employment,
changed.
right?
And nothing's really changed. You're not getting anything on top of what you've
No.
already been receiving and been eligible for.
No, that's just the basics.
Yeah. So I think there's a really lack in the system there that, you know, we really need
Oh,
to.
for sure. Yeah. There should be, you should get more for medical expenses, you know, than what your basic amounts are, right?
Were you and your wife offered any housing closer to Vancouver General Hospital?
Just the BC Cancer housing, and I think there was Easter Seals too, but they're both worked out to about $3,000
$3,000
a month
Right.
for both of us to stay there, right? So can't really afford that.
Now, you're obviously going to be here for a while, probably till January, until you get your stem cell transplant. It's summer right now. You're in your RV. It's okay, but you know you're not getting enough, you know, ampage. You can't turn on the AC. Then you have winter coming up, and you're going to need
Yes.
heat. So, what are your main concerns? What are your fears?
Well, actually, I'm looking at trying to move to an actual RV park,
Okay,
but the summertime they're just all full.
right.
You know, so hopefully in September I can get into one in Tawasin, which is a little closer to the hospital, which is good for me,
Right,
or some other place that has like 30 amp,
right,
and I'll be able to run my heaters and.
right. And there's going to be quite a bit of a cost associated even staying there, right?
Well, yeah, but I think it's going to be around the same amount as here,
Okay.
or maybe even a little less. I don't know.
John, if anyone wants to learn more about your journey and your GoFundMe, where can they find it?
On Facebook, GoFundMe page.
Okay, GoFundMe page under John Polley, right?
Yeah, under
Polley.
John Polley, yes.
Polley.
Yes.
Okay, and again, to all our viewers that are watching today, a final message that you have for them.
Please donate. I don't know. Hopefully everything works out well for my stem cell transplant, and we'll just have to go from there.
Well, John, you are in our prayers, and we hope that our story, your story, reaches a lot of our viewers, and you get that help. And we look forward to coming back for a follow-up after your transplant, and when you're happy and healthy on your way back to Williams Lake. We wish you the best, and good luck in your journey.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to a follow-up.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Judy Polley.
I'm John Polley.
We are here today asking if you could be kind enough to help us a little bit with a little bit of extra money, because we're in a situation where we have to be here in the Lower Mainland, and it's really costly to live here.
And you can donate at the GoFundMe page for John Polley.
Spelt Polley. And we would like to thank the viewers for their time and the station for their time for coming out and helping us to put our message out to the public. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਜੂਡੀ ਤੇ ਜੌਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ। ਜੌਨ ਕੈਂਸਰ ਤੋਂ ਪੀੜਿਤ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਦਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਖਰਚਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪਰ ਰਹਿਣ ਦਾ, ਖਾਣ ਪੀਣ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ। ਗੈਸ ਦਾ ਖਰਚਾ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਲੈਂਗਲੀ 'ਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਲੈਂਗਲੀ ਤੋਂ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਜਨਰਲ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਜਾਣ ਦਾ ਖਰਚਾ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਗ ਰਹੇ, ਸਾਨੂੰ 3-4 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਲੱਗ ਸਕਦਾ, ਪ੍ਰੋਬਬਲੀ ਜਨਵਰੀ ਤੱਕ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਪੈ ਸਕਦਾ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਮਹੀਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਘੱਟੋ ਘੱਟ $15,000 ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਪੈ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ।
ਜੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਅਰਸ਼, 15,000 ਕੋਈ ਵੱਡੀ ਰਕਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਛੋਟੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡੈਸਪਰੇਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਰਸਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਦਾ, ਮਦਦ ਮੰਗਣ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਜੋ ਦਿਲ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਐਂਡ ਜੌਨ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਖੁਦ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਡੋਨੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ, ਅਤੇ ਮਦਦ ਮੰਗਣ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਔਖਾ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ, ਪਰ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰਸਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਦਾ। ਐਂਡ ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਗੈਸ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ, ਰੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ, ਖਾਣੇ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ, ਆਪਣੀ ਦੇਖਭਾਲ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਸੌਖਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਾ। ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਆਪਾਂ ਰਲ ਕੇ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਢੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਢਾ ਜੋੜਿਆ ਸਾਡੀ ਚੈਨਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ, ਜੌਨ ਤੇ ਜੂਡੀ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਗਿਵਿੰਗ ਆ। ਹਰੇਕ ਥਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਖੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸੋ ਇਹ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਆ। ਸੋ ਅਗੇਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ GoFundMe ਤੇ ਜੌਨ ਪੌਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੱਭ ਸਕਦੇ, Polley। ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਪੇਜ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਐਂਡ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮਸ 'ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲਿੰਕ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਪੋਸਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਲੈਟਸ come together and let's donate.
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਡੋਨੇਟ ਕਰੀਏ। ਅਸੀਂ GoFundMe ਪੇਜ ਤੇ ਜਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ, ਤੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਨੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਦੀ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਦਦ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਰਹਿਣ ਨੂੰ ਥਾਂ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਵੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ 10 ਮਿੰਟ ਖੜੇ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ 10 ਮਿੰਟ ਖੜਨਾ ਵੀ ਔਖਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਮਸਕੀਟੋ ਬਾਈਟਸ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੂਝਣਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ। ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਕਮ out and help them.
Yes, mosquito bites, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਫੋਰੈਸਟ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ, ਹੀਟ ਵੇਵ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ, 32 ਡਿਗਰੀਜ਼, AC ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਇਹ RV ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾ ਸਕਦੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਕੈਂਸਰ ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਟ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ, ਉੱਤੋਂ ਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀਮੋਥੈਰੇਪੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਈਡ ਇਫੈਕਟਸ ਚੱਲਣੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ, ਉੱਤੋਂ ਦੀ ਹੀਟ ਵੇਵ ਆ। ਇਟਸ ਨਾਟ ਅ ਹੈਲਥੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਲਿਵਿੰਗ ਇਨ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੀਏ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੀਏ, ਚਾਹੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਚਾਹੇ ਹੋਰ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈ। ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਇਨਸਾਨੀਅਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਫੋਲੋ ਅਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ, ਚਾਹੇ $1 ਚਾਹੇ $5, ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜੇਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਅਫੋਰਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡੋਨੇਟ ਕਰੋ।
Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Suki from Sanjha TV with Arsh Pattu.